I just got back from Memphis, Tennessee, had a blast down there, and now it is officially winter here. Lots of snow coming along. Greenhouse is still doing all right. It's nice and warm in here. Greens doing nice. We're harvesting through it, and you know, not getting the amount of regeneration that we were hoping for. Though there is still at least 4 weeks of beds left in here, so we'll see what happens with the stuff, this other stuff coming back. This stuff's coming back okay. Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see how this goes in the next 4 weeks. One thing that has happened on this greenhouse is that the snow hasn't been melting on it as much as I hoped it would be. So I've still got snow up there, not a ton. I've got an idea on what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a rope. Mark and I will throw a rope over, and we'll kind of shim the rope back and try to knock some of that snow off to help get some light in there. But first, I've got some snow blowing to do with my BCS. I like to, as a sort of a gesture to my neighbors and my street, I like to snow blow my street in the winter because I've got the ability to do it. I've got that BCS machine, and it's kind of fun. So my part of my chore today is to snow blow the sidewalk because the city doesn't do it, and so somebody's got to do it. And I've got lots of elderly neighbors, and I know they appreciate me doing it, so I'm gonna first tackle that. God bless you. So I did my block there. It's kind of one of those things where do you stop, you know? You could just keep going, but I usually just do to the stop signs, and my neighbors appreciate it. So most of my well, not most of them, but at least half of them already plowed or shovel their portion of the sidewalk, but some of the older folks that just can't get around to it, can't get around to it, I do. And so I like doing it. It's fun. It's an excuse for me to run that machine. I enjoy running that machine. It's just kind of a nice thing to do for my neighbors. All right, so I've tied a rope just to a plastic bottle, and so I'm going to toss that over the greenhouse, and then Mark and I from each side will kind of just scrape it across and see if it does anything. So we managed to get most of the snow off here. It still is snowing, and that brings a little bit more light in here, which should help. But I mean, if it keeps snowing, it's something that we're gonna have to do every day. Once I unfog here, I'm gonna show you guys my new the new vertical wall we're putting together. Not the best place to leave my BCS, but I'm bringing it inside because it was pretty hard to start up this morning after it had been sitting outside so long. So that's not what I want to show you guys. Check this thing out. So Mark finished putting this together from when I was gone, and people were asking some questions about it. So this, I've shown this before, but it's from a company called Vicinity, and we finally got it set up. So it's self-irrigating. It has a timer. In fact, it even came with sort of like a Wi-Fi system that monitors the moisture level in the soil. And how it irrigates is it's all self-irrigated along the top, and the idea is that it drips through each of these containers. So it's a soil-based system, and then it's got these little, where's one? It's got these little sacks that go in here for the soil. So it's a soil-based system, and it self-waters. The water collects down here on the bottom, and I believe it cycles through. And it looks like there's some kind of thing that you can add some kind of liquid fertilizer to it, like maybe a compost tea or something like that to keep things fertilized. But we're gonna try and plant it full of greens. So I wanna try mostly Salanova. but I'll probably try some arugula and things like that too, just because I kind of want to eat those throughout the winter, and I don't have any arugula growing in the greenhouses or in the field. So yeah, we're just going to try it out and see what happens. We've pulled all of our basil out, so that bed is kind of freed up. And before I left to go down to Memphis, I salvaged some things from my front yard. So I pulled out some of my Swiss chard, which I'm going to replant in here, and I pulled out some of my cilantro and parsley, which I'm going to replant in here as well. And I'm thinking because they're tall enough now, they'll probably get some light, but it's been a problem for us so far with the lack of light. It's just because we get so much cloud in the winter here. Like, we literally get, I would say, 4 months of cloud. Like, we're in a valley, and when the temperature drops, the clouds just get socked in. And so it's been an issue. We've had to actually supplement light on our microgreens here a little bit. I was hoping that we wouldn't have to do this, but these have barely grown since I left for Memphis. And so Mark's hung up some lights on here, and we'll see if that makes a little bit of a difference. So far it looks like it is. I think he got these up a couple days ago, so they're definitely growing a little bit faster. So we might have to do that with some of our microgreens. Growing some wheatgrass here for a friend of mine, and that doesn't seem to need any light. It seems to grow just fine. Because I mean, the temperature is warm in this greenhouse. It's 25 degrees Celsius pretty much all the time. So it's not the temperature that's an issue, it's the light that's an issue. So we'll see how it fares, and I'll keep you guys updated on our progress. If you want to see more stuff like that, please hit the subscribe button right now. Please like and share these videos with your friends, and check out my website, theurbanfarmer.co, where you got links to all the different things that I do, like my workshop and my online course and my book, and there's some free extras there you can get with spreadsheets and fresh sheets and stuff like that. Stuff that I'll continue to talk about in the future, but it's a supplement to the book. Alright guys, we'll talk to you later.